That's one of the it's great for if you're just testing textures and you want to see kind of what it'll look like in different ways. Slap the texture on a BSP and just play around with this stuff, and you can see, what it looks like when you scale the U up 8 and you keep that one at 1 or whatever. It's a quick way to just prototype. Not highly recommended for endgame. Which, great point, since I had been talking about BSPs earlier. The one caveat to BSPs: don't use them in your end project. Just don't. Trust me on this. Because BSPs are mathematically or computationally very heavy, and God, I can't remember the exact number, but they're significantly heavier on your GPU because of the computations that go into it. Because it's a binary space partition. So in the end, converting, if you're determined to have the ones that you've already placed in your level in there, convert them to static meshes, because then they don't move. You keep them exactly where you had them, but they become significantly less computationally heavy. Okay, this is actually starting to bother me, but the level designer in me is getting annoyed. There, significantly better. Um, but they are significantly more computationally heavy than static meshes. So, even with like 50 or 60 of these in the level, you're going to see more of a drop in your FPS and stuff than you are, or in your render times and pretty much everything, than you are with static meshes. Just a quick side note there. Very important to know that about your system and what you're doing. So let's see. What was I working on? I don't even remember what I was doing. Portals. That's what I was doing. All right. So, actor portals. I believe I was working on this at work because I'm very curious how to make a portal gun work, but it hasn't worked yet. We're gonna go with a box collision. It's on the default scene route, so it should be. There it goes. Yeah, we want that to be there, but we're gonna move this forward. Or is that negative y? Nope, that's positive y. Good. That's what I need. So, one of the things I think I was messing up was that I wasn't taking into account that the default scene route is at 0, 0, 0, and I was pushing the box collision into that 0, 0, 0. Is it possible to export a runtime? Sorry, I'm kind of scatterbrained at the moment, guys. Is it possible to export a runtime version of a project for someone to test without going through whatever makes you do to actually put it out on the market? Yes, if you just want to send the project to someone to test, especially like this is actually a really good point for the Answer Hub, because there are times where we have tried everything and we just cannot reproduce a bug. It happens. It actually happens, fair often, because there's specific things that maybe people didn't realize were connected to each other that were causing the problem or anything like that. So we'll often say, hey, send us your project. Or if it's happening in a packaged game, which is what I'm about to get to, we'll have you send us the .exe so we can test it, and if that's the case, then we can try to work backwards from there, get the project. Typically, it's better to just send the project. But if you hit File, go to Package, and in here you have all of your options for what type of packaging you want to do. All the Android devices that we support, HTML5, iOS, Linux, and Windows. I don't honestly know how to package to Mac. That is not my specialty. But if you hit one of these, so let's say you need it for a Windows 64-bit, you hit it, boom, you hit wherever you're going to save it. I would save it to desktop typically for testing purposes. You hit that, you hit OK. Let it build all the way through, and it will put a file on wherever you put it called Windows No Editor. And in that file will be a copy of your .exe for your project. And what you can do from there is just send that to people and be like, hey, check this out, or look at this bug, or whatever you're trying to do. So it's great for testing, especially. You can test. In fact, I don't know how long it would take for me to. In a few minutes, I'll show you a practical example of that, because the problem I'm going to probably run into, I haven't built lighting in 3 months in this build, and so that'll probably take some time. You'll want to send the whole folder, because while the .exe allows you to access the program, all of the content is actually compiled into the binaries and stuff like that that come with the package project. Here, I'll go ahead and, because I think this is the only level we have in here. Nope, wait, the living room. That's right. Let me find. Screw it. We'll just do it. So let's hit this. I'm gonna package to desktop. And as you can see, you can actually watch the output log here, and it'll show you what's going on. And what's awesome is if you see an error, you're seeing that error in real time. Whoa. I love watching output logs. It's crazy that I like watching output logs, but it surprises me how quickly it reminds me how quickly computers can do everything, and that amazes me. While this is packaging, we can continue working around. It's going to package a saved version of the project, not all the stuff that I've already done. So go back to portals, make sure. Alright, so I'm going to pull in a copy of this into our level, because I want to make sure that it is putting, yes. So this should be on the positive Y, I think. Is it? Oh, packaging complete. That didn't take long at all. Okay, so as you can see, Windows No Editor. Open it up. You'll see for this one, first-person gun stuff. In here is all your packs. It basically packs down all of your stuff into one thing. And then all the engine stuff that you need to be able to run it. And all you have to do then is go bloop. Is go bloop. Allow access. Go away, Windows security alert, you piece of crap. And now, as you can see, all the stuff we've been working on is not here. But this is actually a fully running exe. Everything works. Oh yeah, I forgot we were working on a bunny hop. I totally forgot about that. There we go. And one thing to remember is to use your console commands when you're, like, unless you give it an exit command, what you'll want to do is hit tilde, and then that'll bring up the console command bar, and you can quit out from there. Or, if you're looking for FPS, you type in stat FPS, or whatever you're looking for. I want to... I don't know why. I'm having this gut feeling that I'm doing this the wrong way. Oh, nope. There we go. Okay, so I just had the camera backwards to where I wanted it. And we're going to get an arrow. Okay. So that's our portal so far, as it were. Now, go into the player character, The first part is the easiest part, because really we're just going to follow the same train of logic that we followed for just about every other trace we've ever done, ever. Now I need a new button to run this off of. I don't know if we've used Q and E. Okay. Doesn't look like it. Cool. So I'm going to use Q and E for my portals, because I've used everything. Q, E, E. God, look, you stupid. Event E. There. Okay. Do you have the Couch Nights demo by chance? I'm having a hell of a time trying to get the static camera on play to switch to first person on the actual Couch Night. Let's see. Having a hell of a time trying to get the static mesh to play on switch to first person on the actual Couch Night. Wondering if you know how to do this. You know what? This can take a back burner. I will go and pull up my launcher. I don't believe I have it, but I can certainly install it. Keep working on this until it's installed, and then if we have time, I will absolutely see what I can do. It shouldn't be too difficult. Where the hell was... There we go. And not a problem. Thank you for coming in. I'm happy to have you, Wolfpack. So, yeah. Awesome. Let's see. Library. Couch Nights. Great project. Browse. I'm going to put this in my D drive. Sticking it in the D. Something I do not advise unless you're on a computer. Or you're into that sort of thing. Whatever. That's on you. Okay, so that's taking its time to update. Once that's finished, I will be able to open it up and see what we can do. Sorry, my ADD is showing today. Okay, so first things first, I need to get 2 different portals. Going to create child blueprint based on this. Blue portal. Oh, okay. So you're wanting to make it more like a first-person combat game, is if I'm reading that correctly? And are you still wanting it in the Oculus, or are you wanting to do it outside of the Oculus? Because the Oculus portion I won't be able to help you with. I don't have a DK2 here. So that, unfortunately, is one of my limitations, is hardware. Okay, blue portal. I'm going to take the arrow, and you know what color we're going to make it? Fucking blue. That's right. Boom. Blue arrow. And you know what? You know what the orange arrow color is going to be? Guarantee you got it. It's going to be orange. Or turd brown. You know, that's cool. Definitely the color I was going for here. Well, then that's actually the whole point of my stream, because like I'm not doing this for money or anything like that. I'm just like, none of this is stuff that I'm currently really using in a in the private project I'm working on. This is all